absolute bias.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Going in, Geoff has literally said to me that he has no way of winning this.
Oh, yeah.
His matchup knowledge against Peach is pretty lacking, for lack of a better word, essentially.
Yeah.
So this is going to be fun. I'm guessing that's why he's playing Falcon, which I advised him against doing.
Right.
So
Marth
far,
instead.
yeah. Not to say that his secondaries don't have like the cerebral capacity to do it, and he has legitimate tech skill essentially across the cast. I just feel there are certain matchups and certain options that he might not grasp as of yet due to not putting enough time or having enough matchup experience with these characters. So this will be interesting. I know he doesn't like the Peach matchup, so overall, Marth, being out of the picture for the time being.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Flat stage, so he can do this. Essentially, I'm sure is his plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we see plenty of that.
So I'm guessing that's what he's opting for.
Yeah.
He was feeling it. A lot easier to combo Peach, especially when she's above you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that the matchup kind of runs similarly? In my opinion, it does, but I'm not a Marth player.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Peach above you is optimal essentially in almost any matchup across the board.
Pretty much, yeah. Since her airspeed is so low, and she doesn't, her hitboxes are good, but they're not good below her. And she doesn't move very fast, so it's very, very difficult for her to mix up how she's going to actually be landing if you are directly above her. So yeah, Falcon up air is definitely going to be cutting through her just as easily as Marth up air would in most situations. Yeah, and Falcon is definitely not going to have the problem that Marth has with the Marth-ritis percents, as we saw in the first stock. Very, very good kill combos on this character.
I feel like it's so hard to kill floaty characters that after a certain percent with Marth.
Absolutely.
You have to be extremely creative and kind of just understand the DI mix-up you can put them in, like being Fox, obviously playing this gentleman all the time. He'll mix up between using forward air, tipper back air, or forward air, reverse forward air, down air. It just depends on where it is,
Yeah, I guess
that should have been a knee. I honestly think that would have definitely connected. He could have fast fallen and potentially followed up something else. There we go, finally. I was getting ready to make a comment actually about the SDI.
Yeah, SDI against stage so that the neutral air. If he does do the neutral air afterwards, he's going to stand up in stage and he's going to survive. But
something he's been seeing a lot more of recently is the SDI, the down air. I feel like it's starting to become really difficult to get that against certain people.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty standard for Peach to be doing that, so not too surprising that it's becoming commonplace to SDI to defend against it.
If you had to point out a couple things wrong in this matchup, I'd say Geoff is not opting for grab instead of aerials a lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of his play, from what I've seen on stream so far, has been really, really safe spacing on the aerials. He is really good at spacing the neutral air at tip distance range.
Yeah, oh for sure, especially on shield.
Yeah, but against a character like Peach, you're not going to really get too much off of that.
Yeah, it's pretty much you get to break even or you get to die if you mess up.
Right,
It's not really giving you breaking through the ground that you really need to against her.
Yep, it'll put on some damage, but against a character like Peach, you don't necessarily want damage. You want her to just be gone.
Yeah, which is easy to do at least. With the floaty percentages, it's very easy to kind of get her across the stage for a while, and then those kill moves take her super far. Like that. It was essentially technically the weak back air. That was the elbow hit, so it was not as strong. It still killed her. If he had fast fallen that a little bit differently, he could have gotten the weak nair or weak fair regrab. Down throw, I think he needs to do a lot more, for sure.
Yeah, it's grabs in general. He hasn't really gotten many throws. Looks like he's going to opt to choose Marth instead. I think and then the way that he's playing, I think Marth makes more sense. The fact that he's wanting to be moving around and being mobile and outspacing him, I think Marth does that better than Falcon. And while Marth does have the problem of not being able to kill too consistently, eventually he gets to the point where you just control Peach so well that she just can't actually do anything, and so eventually she'll die. Just kind of the game plan from a lot of Marths that I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit hard to execute sometimes, especially against a player of Pitt's level. But
man, Pitt's good.
Yes, he is.
Honestly, he's a particular type of Peach that has given me Peach phobia.
Oh yeah.
Legitimately, I can wave shine mostly any character across the stage and get my combos, but I always seem to get stuck in shine against her. Fantastic pivot tipper. I feel like he just needs to stop jumping in that aspect. He really needs to just keep her above him. Right there, I wouldn't have even jumped. I probably would have waited up tilt or something else like that.
Wave that shit in space, grounded moves.
Even fastball up air. I mean, it's something that's going to get her a little bit higher up in the air, and it's going to give you that the ability to fastball it fast enough to get back to the ground so you're not put in a disadvantageous position.
Yeah, trading with Peach, never a good idea.
It sucks.
Doesn't matter who you are. A little bit off on that up B, though. That's going to be huge. Going to have a huge deficit to come back from now. Okay, nice weave back on the nair, though. Pitt misspacing that grab.
Yeah, I see a lot of jab into grab with him. He actually missed a good amount on Lunchables, but was still able to make it worthwhile. But I feel like that's one of the things that definitely needs to be looking out for in general in this matchup. You do see him jab grab a lot. So the correctly timed spot dodge will definitely put her in a bad position.
Very nice empty hop from Geoff, though, knowing that he will be crouch cancel if he did drop with an aerial. Again, good spacing. Walking just outside of the range of that get up attack, punishing for F smash.
Forward smash was questionable there. So as long as he just realizes he needs to keep her in the air.
A little bit too early on the forward air. Okay, interesting.
So there is a window to punish that. It's just, I feel like it's really difficult unless you're knowing that's what he's gonna do right off the bat, which is bad. Because you have to make like a really hefty call out and know the window. And not only that, but he doesn't have to do it. You kind of have to you have to go for it right off the bat.
Right, yeah, and trying to make a call out while your opponent's on the ledge like that can backfire in terrible, terrible ways.
What's he gonna do here? Okay, yeah, I mean, that's what he needs to do.
Yeah,
he's not going to touch the ground at least.
Yeah, this is what I kind of meant, how Marth's objective is just control him indefinitely, because yeah, eventually you will get to percents where any move he does will kill you. It can be super, super high percents, but if you never get a chance to actually attack back, it doesn't matter. Okay, nice down smash anti-air. Ooh, very scary. Okay, I thought he was going to down smash for sure that time.
Yeah.
But Geoff made the right call out.
This is difficult for Geoff to deal with, I feel, specifically.
Yeah, this actually is something that Lunchables had a lot of problems with when set against him, is the pressure at the ledge. Pit very good at spacing those turnip throws, really, really safe distance away. That will cut through a lot of Marth's get up options.
I'm wondering if Geoff jumped, because I don't think... Oh.
Ooh,
man.
That punish.
No more to say based on that. That was really scary.
Yeah. If he did not get to reverse it on the turnip, he would have just broke his shield with the second throw.
Yeah.
Terrifying. This is the wall tech, though, and gonna get big damage off of it.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was what he needed to get back into the game.
I feel like even like some of the traditional Marth saw one of his matches earlier against the floaties, and some of his options were just so odd that I feel like they gave him a lot of mileage, but they were just so like creative, and I feel like I haven't seen him do stuff like that even against me. Like that was really interesting to see him fight some of those.
Kind of breaking into new territory.
He was going for the pivot grab mix up. He was going to try and run behind her, and then pivot grab.
Fortunate to get down smash towards center stage though instead of out.
He's really trying to call out, I think, dash attack while he's in the shield. Why didn't he SDI there?
Oh, I think that was the first time Pitt did the down air against in this game anyways. A very good call for it though.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, honestly, like I feel like he made the adaptation and gained some really valuable Peach experience, and I feel like the one you want to learn from is definitely Pitt. The way he plays is pretty homogenous, I feel, through a lot of other very defensive yet effective Peaches.
Yes.
But that was a great match, man.
Yeah, it was.
I just wanted to commentate his match specifically because, you know, there was bias there, but I just kind of want to also analyze what he did wrong on the spot. So he needs Peach and like Jigglypuff, so I see that man going places.
He had a pretty good showing tonight.
He did. Oh, that's up to you, man. I don't care. Sure, I'll be on. Done and done.
Doing pretty good.